Happy Friday, and welcome to the 8th day of Captario's 10-year celebration series. My name is Karl Rahn, and today we're meeting up with two hotshots, our Director of Strategic Account Management, Matthew Kokkonen, and our Head of Sales and Marketing, Brooke Duffy. Together, we will be talking about what it means to be creative in drug development and how modeling in a sandbox environment helps drug development creativity. Join us as we approach the end of Captario's 10-year celebration series. Now let's go talk to Brooke and Matthew. Hello.
Hi.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Brooke and Matthew, thanks for sitting down with me. So let's talk about something, and it's an idea and a word that is thrown around a lot, certainly here at Captario and what we're doing, and in business in general. I could throw this out to either one of you, but how about you, Brooke? Like creativity. What comes to your mind first? Okay, you got Captario, you got business, you got the world. Let's talk about creativity.
Yeah. First of all, we definitely have a very creative bunch here, and I love that because every day the ideas are flying and it's very exciting. But it's really integral to what we do in our business. I think creativity in one definition of that word could equate to innovation. And I think we can all agree that innovation in business is really important. Look at everything in your life today, from the car that you're driving to the cell phone that is essentially a computer, in your back pocket. So that's what we're trying to do, is really use creativity to push the envelope and to be innovative and to get our customers and our clients to feel that way and be innovative with their businesses. We had one customer who, while we were implementing him and his account, he said how he was so excited to get into our system and play. Creativity is something that it should feel like you're opening the door to possibilities, that you can do new things and try new things and be playful. And the result of that is hopefully that you have, a greater ability to innovate and to be efficient and to be more successful.
Oh, I love it. How satisfying that must be to hear a client say, "Oh, I can't wait to play with your tool that you created for modeling."
Yeah.
It's great.
Exactly.
And what a great example of creativity. It's like, I want to play around with this.
Right.
And do my, analysis of our critical decisions. Yeah, It's great. Matthew, how would that look in terms of his capability within his world? So it obviously changed when he was introduced to Captario some, because he's using this word play, and he's like, okay, let's go. I can't wait. So what changed for him, do you feel?
Well, I think, when it comes to creativity, you've got some really cool tools, toys to play with in Captario some that you don't have in your standard Excel file. First of all, the user interface is going to be much cleaner. You've got toggles, you've got filters, you've got sliders. So you can really just dynamically explore all of these different relationships. It isn't just, changing one thing here or one thing there. It's changing multiple things at multiple times. And you've got the ability to move kind of the official version of a model that you've been working on into this sandbox, and you could have multiple versions of it. Compare and contrast as you play with all of these different levers, and get some really interesting insights, I think, much quicker and easier than the average person is able to get from the models that they've built in Excel. And certainly the fact that more people can be a part of that process and weigh in and inform that conversation and ask questions and interrogate that model, because of the nature of how it's designed and how you can share it and put it up on a screen and really get a feeling for what's really driving the changes or going to drive an efficiency or what have you is really a game changer.
Oh, great. Let's understand, or maybe you could talk a little bit more the importance of sandbox environments and being able to navigate in and out of them and set them up and play. So could you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, well, you've got your official version that, has been endorsed by governance. It's what you're operating on, and you want to keep that kind of safe and protected. And you've got a number of different options to be able to explore, alternate scenarios that maybe are driven based out of business need or you're coming up to a key decision point and you want to be well prepared for the questions that, senior management is going to ask. Have you considered this? What happens if we do that? Why aren't we doing this? So you've got the ability to look at different project options and use snapshots to retain those versions. But the ability to create a whole copy of your workspace and keep it completely isolated, so just completely clean, and protect that official version and be able to do whatever you want to do in a sandbox is, I think, really an asset for companies. They may try and do this with multiple versions in a sandbox folder with their Excel files, but you don't have the ability to just so dynamically on the fly be able to explore side by side and take all of that existing work over the course of time and seamlessly be able to jump in and out of the sandbox in the same way.
So the value to that to them is being able to really understand more scenarios.
Absolutely. More scenarios, and then just the ability to drive those insights back into the official model um, in a controlled manner means that you've got just an enormous amount of power that's all centralized, transparent, and again, holistic to what you're trying to achieve as a business.
Yeah, I think what Matthew is really highlighting is like the efficiency of something like this. But if I had to sum it up, I would actually say the real value is the confidence, right? Because you have that end to end closed loop, you have so much more confidence in what you're doing, what you're deciding upon. These are billion-dollar decisions, excuse me, billion-dollar decisions. So it's really important that you're not making them in a silo with static data, limited intel. They really you have to take all of that data and really use it effectively. And to that extent, going back to the sandbox, I mean, we can't predict the future, right? We'd all be playing the lottery if we could, but we can't. So being able to run all these different scenarios gives you that much more confidence when you sort of decide on the one that you believe will be the outcome.
Yeah, excellent. Excellent. What a good way to put it to it. And in terms of having confidence, well, I think that's a good time to end this discussion. I think we covered a lot of really good aspects around what we're doing here in terms of sandbox environments and creativity. I'd like to thank you both for your time.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Excellent. It was great.
And thank you all for watching. And stay tuned for our next episode.